Right. What's up, Leo? Oh, what's happening? What the fuck is happening here? Why is it? Ah, I didn't. Did I? Nice, man. Inspired, yeah. Very good, man. Very good. Give me just 1 second. We have this, we have this, and we have this. How did I structure that? So we have this and this, right? Okay. Then we had this, yes. Thanks, my friend. Good evening. Good evening, Venix, my friend. How are you doing, my friend? How you doing, my friend? Hey, play one game, my friend. How are you doing today, bro? Hey there, my friends. Ah, I need to mute myself. Do I hear myself? Yeah, I hear myself here. How you doing, my friends? So fucking generic, man, this text. Good evening, everybody. It's a bit chilly. It's not really cold. Find our host specialized meetups that fit your schedule, be it in virtual or in person. Oh, interesting. We all know that you don't have a girlfriend, Vanix, and you don't have a home, so let's not pretend here, alright? So fucking bad. Unbelievable. How special as meetups that meetups meetups. All right, let's try that. Shit. Hmm. Jesus Christ, what is this crap, man? Okay. Mm. Andrew, my friend, good evening. How are you? How's life? So this is actually let's just see kind of what's left. Done tips. Yes. Native mobile experience. Interesting. Okay. Sync changes. Push. Daniel, thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Actually, from start of this week, so sleepy. Fireball, good evening, buddy. How are you? Interesting. I'm just thinking about one thing. Good, man. Good. Put my kid to sleep as always. Been to work. And yeah, not much, man. Just standard stuff. Didn't kind of want to stream today, but those annoying people pinged me on Discord, so I just like, okay, let's do a quick one. Yeah, it's so annoying, right? So freaking annoying. Um, let's actually do one thing, right? So what we can do, what I need some sort of a slider, right? So when you're editing an actual image that you can, I wish I could say the same for you guys, but I hate you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. All right. So let's build a component here that we can use to let's go components. So let's create something like let's create a new component. Let's call it image selector. Yeah, let's create a new component. Let's call it image selector, right? And obviously we're going to do this in Storybook just to save time. So we're going to say image selector.stories.jsx, right? And we're going to say export blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So we're going to do that, right? And then here we're going to say export const image selector for now. And let's just I don't know, image selector. And let's import this bad boy image selector, right? And let's find it here in our Storybook image selector. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so let's work with that now, right? So it just came to my mind first. I'm just gonna actually save this crap somewhere. Homer. And I'm gonna grab that bad boy. And I'll just have a temporary folder here that we're gonna use while we're designing this, right? Where is it? Reveal in File Explorer. Why? The fuck is happening, man? Wow. Okay. Why can't I do that though? Shit, that's a good song. It's a good song. All right, never mind. We don't actually need the file to be local anyway, because it's what am I even doing, right? All right, so let's say something like this. Let's just start building this. So we're gonna say const images. Just paste the same image 3 times, right? And yeah, let's map to images now. So images.map image, right? Something like this, right? Now, if we go to if we go to our storybook, we should see the image 3 times. That's great. Okay. Obviously, yeah. Okay. Okay. So yes. So we're gonna do like. We can do something like this: class name grid. I don't know. Calls, let's say 4 images per row, whatever. And of course, we need to put this class outside, right? Are we gonna say here gap2, right? Let's say width is gonna be, I don't know, 144. Height as well. Actually, we can actually keep that like that. I have an idea. We don't actually need to do that, right? And here we're gonna say key is yeah, image. We can just say image, right? We'll see how this structure is gonna look like. All right, great. That's something we need. Okay, let's start it a bit, right? Even though we don't care much, right? Let's just go to our stories here and let's put this file in some contained. So let's say here, return. Let's put it inside of our layout. Even though it's kind of strange that, yeah, that should be slightly smaller now. Ah, never mind. What is the size of the layout? Let's just grab this fella over here, right? So let's make a div. It's a div. We're not now in the context of a storybook, right? And yeah, let's do that. Okay, great. Now, what do we want to do? Well, now we want to do the click. So what we're doing right now, right? We need to finalize the email. As if you remember, for meetups and events, you can upload a cover image, and we probably want to now make it so you can select multiple ones when you upload multiple ones, right? And then we'll probably use this maybe even for profile pictures, but we'll see eventually. All right. Yeah. So if we go back here, we're gonna need a state of some sort, right? So those images are actually gonna come from the props. So let's just say here images, right? And let's go to our story here and we'll pass them as the prop. We should also probably have a selected image, like the URL of the image that's currently selected, the one that you currently have set in the database, right? So let's say here, value, right? We can just say, let's imagine that those URLs were different. So let's say here that this is coming from a database or whatever. So we're gonna say something like that, right? And I'll say value here. Yes, okay, great. Okay, const blah blah blah, image is 0. So basically, yeah, so use state. Let's grab that, selected image. All right, great. Beautiful. So yeah, so now we're gonna do some conditional class names here for the image, right? So for this bad boy here, so we're gonna say class name is class names. And yeah, we're gonna say okay, why did you add this? Is mega strange. Oh my fucking god, man, come on. All right. So if the image is selected, basically, right? Of course, now the state of those images isn't really very useful, right? Because they're all the same, right? So we should technically, I don't think we're gonna have duplicates ever. So let's find a few more images, right? So let's find Lisa. Ah, shit. G-Bounty, my friend. Good evening. How are you, man? My day is almost done. Nice, man. All right, so we have different images now, at least. Here they are, right? They kind of suck ass, and it's fine. We'll need to style that. So yeah, and now we need to implement this, right? So when I click on one of them, obviously, right, we want to say on click right. Exactly. Okay, great. How was this BG cover working? I don't remember. Yeah, I haven't seen you, man, in a couple of days. What have you been up to? What have you been working on? Mark, good day, Mark. All right, great. Nice, man. You have to show us that. I don't know what that is. You have to show us. You should present that to us. Nice, man. Very nice. Nice, man. Very nice. We need to check that out here. When you're ready for review, I'm happy to review it here on the stream, man. Just let us know, okay? Just let us know, right? All right, beautiful. And thank you everybody for your follows. Appreciate it. Image selector. Okay, great. Okay, so that's pretty much what we need. This is a very simple thing, right? And now let's just make sure that Yeah, it's fun that it looks like crap, man. You can then focus on creative part and make it better, right? So it's okay. Okay. Let's see if it's gonna figure out what I actually want. Nah, I don't think so. Or maybe it will. Okay. Wow. I think it actually did figure it out. Yeah, I think it did. Let's actually go back here. Mm. Yeah, not really. No. All right. Let's see what is it gonna do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see. Oh, that's so fucking bad. Yeah. So what would be the best way? Well, we have to set that for sure, right? So we have to say with full, right? H full, right? Then here we would have to set some constraints, right? Which would be like, well, technically, could I do something like this? No, I guess not, right? Yeah, but then we would have to, yeah, not really, right? So let's try here with 20, right? Yeah, that fucking sucks, man. All right, so this is why. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Not a big deal, honestly. That's also fine, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly, right. So we could try doing that instead, right? So instead of kind of doing this, I suppose, right? We could do it like pretty much like they're doing it here, right? So we could come here and say style. Yeah, yeah, pretty much, right? Yeah, yeah, that's not terrible. Yeah, pretty much. Yes, yes. Yeah, right. Okay. Great. And then I guess, yeah, so that's better, right? Now at least we contain them, right? Or to say we center the stuff. This should be really BG cover, no? Right, there we go. Okay, great. So that's better, right? Now it would be better if that would be possible, that this is really full like this, right? But it doesn't seem to like that, right? Maybe if I would set the height here to, I don't know, 40, 48. Yeah, exactly, right? Oh, Cedric is here. Oh my God. Good evening, buddy. How are you? Okay, great. So that's exactly what I want. So that's actually pretty good, right? That's not a bad image selector that we just built, right? It's very simple as we want it, and it's what, just few lines of code, right? Yeah, that's really all that we need. Um, blah blah blah. Only thing I want to do though is border 4. I'm just building some component that we need now for the meetups, and just using random images, right? So actually, if I go now and open image in new tab, so if I would use this image, of course, right, that would, so I say this, right? Yeah, so that's kind of problematic, is it? Yeah, right, maybe something like that, right? Then we shouldn't really need this, right? Yeah. Now we could allow basically some sort of a, we could allow this to be controlled. So we could have this as default and then just allow the, depending on where we're using this to yeah. Um, okay, so I think this is pretty much what I need, right? It's pretty much what I need for now. And then we can try using this, right? So yeah, all right, great. So if we go to, what is it called? Let's say meetup form, right? This is where we're gonna need this fella. Yeah, so somewhere around here, we'll just say we're gonna say image selector, right? This crap that we just built, and we'll give it images, and we'll give it an empty array. We'll say value is nothing for now. Oh, what happened there? Why do you use effect for the unselected instead of also calling it a... it doesn't really matter, right? We could also do it on click, right? The thing is, we need to know, like, when I click on this thing, right, the selected image changes. So we react to that side effect, right? So when I click on one of those things, I'm calling whatever you pass, right? I'm not sure what you mean instead of also calling it on the click. Calling what on click? Yeah, so we can see. So, okay, so that's not really ideal, right? You mean this one? Because I want to have internal state here. We could do that, right, as well, right? I could say pretty much this, right? Doesn't really matter, right? We can get rid of that. The same crap, right? BG cover, BG center. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, but I'm not gonna actually do that. Okay. So let's leave that like that, and let's go back to, where are we? Here, yeah. Shit. Why is it complaining? We probably gave it the wrong. Give me a second. Images, yeah. All right, great. So yeah, so we have nothing here, right? Which is kind of okay. We didn't give it any image, right? If we actually just grab this from our storybook, right, for now, and then we'll start connecting this with our actual API and stuff. So yeah, so once you actually edit this, the meetup, right, we want to enable you here to choose your previous cover images, right? So so I guess if you have only one, we don't really want to, in this case, if there's only one image, we don't really want to show this component, right? Because we're going to be showing currently selected one, and as you're changing this, right, we're going to be changing what you have here, right? So let's actually go ahead and do one thing. So if I go to my API, right, let's look for the table. We have a table called meetup event photos, right? And we don't have anything kind of locally. This image I took was from production, right? So let's go ahead and let's maybe create a new meetup, right? So let's go to meetups. Let's create a new one. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. So this is a new meetup. Let's write some description. Choose file. Let's do that. Country, whatever. Let's try uploading this. I don't know if it's too big. Okay, beautiful. And then let's create, right? We have this new meetup now, right? And if I go back here, we should have this crap, right? Now, if we query this again, we should see, sorry, it's meetup cover photos, yeah. This a bit shitty, yeah, how come? Yeah, how did we get to this point, though? How come we didn't associate this? Wait a minute, so do we have maybe we potentially have a bug? So wait, upload meetup cover photo, yes, meetup cover photos creates. Oh, meetup ID is null. What the fuck? Why? Actually, that is okay, right? Ah, yeah, I remember. How was I supposed to? How did I plan this? How did I do this? Image. So we upload the image, right? Oh yeah, exactly. Create meetup, yes. And then when we create a meetup, we're supposed to associate this cover image. Oh yeah, I see. So we forgot. Yeah. Sure. Um. Yeah. So yes, that's what we forgot doing. So that's great. We'll push that to production immediately. So we do this, right? We do meetup members, blah blah blah. But here we want to really call an update, right? Because we upload it, it has no association to a meetup, and then we have to associate it, right? So we're gonna get this ID. We should get the actual ID here, right? So yeah. Yeah, so we actually have to finalize that. That's fine, right? Because so we need to update by the ID and then associate me, right? So yeah, so first argument is, yeah, exactly, right? Then we, so where, right? ID, and here we should really have, so cover image. So here we should really have like cover image ID, right? Give me just 1 second. I need to double check something in our model. Do we really have a cover image as part of the meetup? Yeah, we do actually. So this is the one that's currently set. I see. Okay. So that's okay. So yeah, so here, so this thing is gonna be the meetup ID. And then here is gonna be, we're gonna say where ID is cover image ID. So we just need to associate the image here, and then the meetup itself is gonna be, you know, meetup.id, right? Something like this. And obviously we want to do this if you actually have a cover image that you uploaded during the creation, right? So we want to say here, you know, if, I guess, the opposite of that, right? So we're going to say if cover image ID. We want to update the meetup of that image. We want to associate it, and we want to find it by the cover image ID, right? So if we go over here, create meetup, where's our body? Yeah, meetup, yeah. Okay, so, and then we'll have to update that in the UI as well. Cover photo URL. So let's go back. Upload cover, I suppose. Cover image. Upload meetup cover image. Exactly. Okay, so where am I using this bad boy here? Yeah, so here this should give us the ID, which is cover image ID. So yeah, fuck, it kind of sucks that I'm calling it twice like this. Let's see actually if we can improve that. I don't remember how I implemented my form state hook. Okay, and then we obviously have to update our JSON schema here as well, right? So here we're gonna have cover image ID, right? Yeah, integer, right? Okay, let's go to the API, make it an integer as well. Integer, right? So that's good. Cover image ID. We're gonna set that crap in there. Chica, my friend. Good evening. Yeah, right. And let's go to meetup cover photos and let's just delete them all right from here from the table. All right, so let's go ahead now and say meetups, create meetup, create a new meetup, whatever. So let's try. Yes, upload. I think that kind of failed. It's too big, and we need to also finalize that. We need to. Yeah, it's probably it's probably too big. Let's see. All right, so yeah, so we need to also do that this stream now. So we implemented that, so that state should be set now, and country, whatever. Let's choose some tags, create. And probably where we're airing out is this crap. It should be also a string. So annoying, man. Unbelievable. Why did I open this crap in here? Upload. Jesus fucking Christ, man. How did I implement this use form? I don't remember. What the fuck is that? Yeah, but oh wow, okay, so that's yeah. What? Must be string, okay. Um you can just go to VS Code settings and search for wrap tabs. There's something you can just search in the settings, just search for wrap tabs. So is this actually being returned? Let's just, like, what the fuck, man, is happening here? Are you kidding me? I mean, I know what's happening. It's more of a just arguing with myself. I know what's happening. Fuck, dude. So the ID is an integer. Okay, so what the fuck, man? So, okay. So annoying, dude. I mean, we could stringify that, but it, like... Ah, okay, so we... Yeah, no, actually, it's not okay. All right, well, whatever, right? Let's try that again. An error occurred while creating the meetup. Key meetup ID is not present in table meetup. I see, okay. So it seems that when we are trying to do this, right? And that's a bit strange, right? Because if I go to meetup cover photos, it should be present, right? So we have 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh shit, man, my bad. Yeah, crap. No, all good, all good. No, so this is actually good. No, actually, so wait a minute. What was the error? We should have the error somewhere. Yeah. Meetup ID 6 is not present in table meetup. Give 1 second here. Let me change the music. So if there's a cover image ID, do this. Get the meetup ID models that meetup create. Yeah, is it because this is transactional or some crap like that? Because at this point, meetup yet wasn't created. You get what I mean, right? Because like this maybe didn't actually happen yet, and we're trying to use it here, right? Could be that, definitely, right? Because this is, I don't know, like, but yeah, this being transactional, right? Maybe we can't reference that, but we should be able to, right? I think we should be able to do that, right? Okay, let's try that again. Try that again. So upload this. So this is obviously going to fail again, and that's okay. Yes, so we definitely have the reference to it, right? So meetup ID, right, would be 7, right? And then the error probably is that, wait. Yeah, so detail key meetup ID is not present in table meetup, right? Schema table meetup cover photos. Constraint meetup cover photos meetup ID. So yeah, that could easily be that, right? Shit. Obviously, we also don't want to respond with an error like this. That's another problem. Okay, if I give this to the robot, right? Let me just try to run it by it and check if my assumptions are correct. Let's see what the robot says. Interesting. No, I haven't tried any plugins though. I don't need them. I think ChatGPT is already absolutely amazing without needing to do anything else. So update meetup cover photos where ID is cover image ID, right? Yeah. Which would be one of those fellas, right? Give me 1 second. Yeah, so that's correct, right? This up until this point, that's correct. So what are we actually doing wrong here? I wonder. So this is also fine. This is fine. We create the actual meetup successfully, right? We get the meetup ID, meetup ID, meetup ID, URL, where I would never give access to my GitHub repository to a third-party service, right? That's fundamental security issue, right? I'm never gonna allow ChatGPT to access my repository directly, right? And I don't think you should too neither. You tell me we can find something to wash the tears away. Tell me we can stop the rain that we are. I leave that to you, right? I'm not gonna say anything. I can just tell you that I'm not gonna ever do that. So meetup ID we get, that's correct, right? Aren't you supposed to filter by cover? I don't know what you mean, man. I don't know what you mean by filter. This is saying update, set this meetup ID to the meetup that was just created where the ID is cover image ID, right? So that's correct. There's nothing wrong with that. We're matching by this ID here. And we need to update this where this basically what this does, this associates the image with the meetup that was created because so the issue here is this, right? Just so we all understand what's happening. So when you're creating a meetup now, right, you come here and say, I want to upload this image. Now this image is uploaded and there's some reference stored in the memory locally here now inside of this form, right? We got the response from the API. Now this form has the ID of this. Now when I actually fill in the meetup details and create it, that's when I need to associate this image. Why did I do it this way? So it's simply because I'm going to have a cron job that I'm going to set up that, it's going to always, that is going to clean up the images which aren't associated to any meetup ID. So I'm going to just maybe once a month say, hey, cron, get all the images from Cloudflare and remove the ones which don't have any associations to anything, right? Actually, I'm not going to even talk, right? So that's why we're doing this, right? Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. So with that said, like the only thing that I can think that this is, I mean, I'm almost certain that this is transactional issue. I'm just gonna do this to confirm that, but I'm almost certain it's a transaction type of issue, right? So you'll see that it's a transactional type of issue, right? So if we do this again, we upload, right? There we go, right? So this worked, right? Now if we go actually to meetup cover photos, you see that this one is now associated. And if I go to meetup, right? So that's the problem, right? As I assumed, it is a transactional problem, right? So it is a transactional problem. Let's see what the robot said initially. Ensure that the transaction is committed only after the individual operation. I say, well, should handle this for you if you are using a weight correctly as you. Oh yeah, so maybe, yeah, exactly. So maybe I just, yeah, exactly, right? So I think, wait a minute. So yeah, that's probably it, right? I think my transaction should really be on this level there, right? Yeah, I think that's a mistake. I think, yeah, the update is not taking I think this is how it should be, right? Most likely, right? Let's try that. That's most likely the issue, right? And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. We learned something new. Okay, let's do this thing. Is this too big? Great. That's actually not showing the correct thing. We also need to fix that, but we'll do that. Huh. For methods that take values like .create, updated, and etc., transaction should be passed to the option in the second argument. And I think, isn't that what we just did? Isn't that what we did here, right? Let's run it by robot. Are we passing transaction? Okay, let's see. Something silly probably is happening. Let's see. Create meetup transaction. Let's do something like this, right? Instead, okay. Let's do this. Right? Yes. Yeah, okay, let's try that. I stand alone in this desolate space. This is a good song. All right. That was it. Okay, we fixed it. Got it. There's doesn't seem that we're actually cutting those images properly. That's a different problem. We have to fix that as well. I think we fucked that up at one point. But the good thing now is, right, is that now we can actually, now we have basically some records, and we can see this is probably so this is the latest one. This is the image that we just uploaded, right? Yeah. So let's just do something here. So let's let's duplicate. Can I like, wait a minute, insert new row, right? So let's say here 18, let's say meetup ID 11, and let's take some other pictures. So let's just imagine that this, we have somehow actually managed to upload two images. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Okay. So now we have a meetup that has two cover photos, right? So that's the thing that we've been trying to get to this whole time, right? And we would like to pass them to this component we just built, right? Yes, it is an extension. Yes, it's correct. It's called I think it's called Postgres, but you can use it for all databases. There you go. All right, going back to this thing. Yes. So let's see, what do we do in this side of this form? Are we getting any? So we do have some effects already. Interesting. Okay. My pleasure. Yeah, great. So give me a second. So what do we actually get here? So meetup. So we get. So okay. Great. That's actually really good. So meetup form. Meetups. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get to the questions in a moment. Let me just. Yes. So set meetup, right? How do I? Yeah, meetup data get meetup, right? Yes. Okay, let me, I'm gonna get to that in a second. Just give me get meetup. Yeah, exactly. So here, so let's try to do Jesus Christ, man. Shit, should we do it though? Should we build an endpoint for that? Did you eat your banana today? Actually, fuck, did I eat a banana today? And do I have a banana? Actually, that's a good question. Wait. That's a good point, Cedric. Thank you, buddy. I actually needed a banana, man. Thanks for reminding me. That's great. You looked hungry. Fuck you, man. That's a kind way to tell somebody that they look like shit, motherfucker. Okay. But I appreciate it. I agree. I do look like shit. So when it comes to switching desktops, I'm using a Razer mouse. I use a Razer Naga, right? So I have different profile here, different profiles. What I do, for me, 1 and 2. So those keys are macros. So you can see here it says left desktop, right desktop. So when I press 1 on my mouse, it goes to the left. When I press 2 on my mouse, so I switch with my thumb. It became really a reflex now, right? Right, so you can see if I press 1 on my mouse, it goes left. If I press plus 2, it goes right. So it's just macros, right? I made the mouse macros here. So if I go to if I go to configure macros, right? You don't need to have Razer mouse. You can see here when I press left, it simulates Windows control and left, right? And when I press right, it simulates Windows control right. All right, that's it. Okay, great. Summon me all to join me with them to the dance of the dead, into the circle of fire. This animation is not nice, man. They added this recently in one of the latest Windows 11 patches, and it sucks ass. So it's very annoying, actually. It's super annoying. What the fuck? Well, of course it is. Well, actually, meetup cover is not associated to meetup. That's not true. It definitely is. Well, yeah, I mean, it is technically true, right? If we didn't create actual associations to this, right? Meetup ID, reference model, meetup. Actually, so we did create a reference here, right? So, yeah. Yeah. Shit. So yeah, so that's actually how it should work. Now, it doesn't, right? So we need to fix that, right? Because it should be actually associated to a meetup, right? Yes, absolutely. I would cancel it. Yes, I don't like this animation. It was without animation before, and it's way better for my eyes. This you get like I have two screens on top of each other, right? So it's not nice at all. Sorry, but I would like to answer. Is end-to-end testing worth in a team and you're using API or among the API? The most important tests you should have are tests that test your business logic. That's usually where the bugs are. End-to-end tests, I mean, any tests are useful, right? Uh, and if you have some flow that's more prone of breaking and stuff like that, then you should definitely end-to-end test it. But you would need to be more specific, right? Um, user has many, no. So we would do basically something like this, right? Just in the context. If I actually go to meetup, right? Yeah, associate. Yeah, so here, I guess, right? We'd have to say something like, right? 'Let's say meetup has many. models dot meetup cover photos, right? As cover. We can say covers for now. Fuck it, right? And yeah, we got something now. Ah, there we go. Covers. Beautiful. That worked. Okay, let me just read the questions. Well, first of all, you should have unit tests of those things. That's fundamental. Like first thing you should unit test this business logic. And you can do that only if the code that you wrote is segregated enough, if it's broken down, if functions are doing only thing, and the basic principles of programming. And then once you unit test those things that, this function should return this thing based on this input, which is the most minimum that all of us can do, then you can further on unit test it, right? Then you can end-to-end test it, right? Setting up proper end-to-end tests is very expensive. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes people to do it properly, right? So should you do it? Of course, you should test anything that should you test all? No. Should you test things that you know that are eager to break? Yes. The biggest misconception in this programming industry is the absolution of everybody, right? Or to say everybody's absolute about things. Like I will either test or not test, right? It doesn't work that way, right? You can have 10% test coverage and still have it better than having 80% test coverage. So you just need to know what to test and what is more prone to breaking, right? So testing isn't competition. It isn't like I have 80%, 90% and I'm safe. It's not about that. Testing is about you individually as a team. You know in your company which code is bad and which isn't, right? We all have that code. Everybody has it, right? So you shouldn't test obvious things, generic things which are there are certain things in every product that you just don't want to break because things will break. Every software breaks. That's unavoidable. It's just a question on how often it breaks, right? And it's the same with documentation. This goes pretty much logically that you don't have to document everything. You don't document. You obviously don't want to document the function called double that multiplies the number or that doubles the number, right? So it's not absolute, right? So you document things which are not clear, which are not principled, which are not the common pattern. And it's the same with testing. You test things which are just by nature more prone to breaking. They can be more prone to breaking due to many reasons. It can be shitty code. It can be, okay, so let me rephrase. There's no such thing as shitty code. It can just be things which aren't an ideal state, right? Well, the best end-to-end tests are the ones that actually work with a, let's say, testing database. So you would replicate your data in a staging database, right? Mocking stuff is useless, right? So ideally, if you want to run proper end-to-end tests, you would have an actual real end-to-end test with a real database, right? But yeah. Cedric, my pleasure, man. It's a good question. Max, my friend, good evening. How are you? My pleasure, my pleasure. It's a good question, right? Just forget just a piece of information, right? Don't get obsessed by what books say and whatever, right? Because all developers by nature are idealistic, but most suck in doing all these things. Everybody's just talking crap, but nobody actually does it. So test the things in your system that you know that are prone to breaking and always start there. Because having an 80% coverage where you tested some useless utility function that takes one argument, right? It's not a competition, right? Just test what you know. And I know that you know. I know that you know already parts of your system that suck, right? How do I know that? Well, I know that because I also know the parts of the system that I wrote that suck, right? We all have those systems, right? Disable animate windows when minimizing and maximizing. But are you sure that that's the issue here? No, it's still happening. It's still happening. It's still happening. Yes, yes, yes. That's fuck my life. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Who said this? Who gave me this suggestion? Who gave me this suggestion, man? Wait a minute. Who the fuck gave me this suggestion, man? Wait a minute here. Wait a minute here. Who gave me this suggestion? Who did it? Where is he? Fuck yeah, man. How can I give him a sub? There you go, buddy. There's the 3 months for you. There's the 3 months for you, buddy. Thanks. Thanks, man. Jesus Christ. Fuck yeah. Good, good, good. Oh my fucking god, man. So nice. Finally. Fucking Windows update, man. This is how it was. This is how it was. Fuck animation, man. I'm not here to animate stuff. I just want things to break, right? It's good maybe for you guys. For my eyes, it's really bad, right? Beautiful. Jesus Christ, man. Fucking Microsoft, man. All right. Actually, his suggestion didn't work, but it brought me to the screen that worked. So that's sufficient for me. So he brought me to this view. That's all that I needed, right? Cedric, I love you, man. Have a good one. Fucking animations, man. All right. So that's great. Let's go back here. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, great, great. Good, good, good. We're good, actually. So where's my meetup? Meetup form. Yes, here's the date, data. Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, that's great. That's beautiful, right? So now here we should be able to say data.images, right? So here I should be able to say data.images.map, right? Something like this, right? Shit. Give me a second here. Ah, shit, my bad, my bad. So it's data.covers. I have a YouTube video on that, actually. I made a whole guide on that. Beautiful. There we go. Okay, good. Always asking questions right from the start. Oh, okay, okay. Well, we messed one of those up. Give me a sec. Meetup covers. I'm not running Windows. I'm running Ubuntu here. All of this that you see here is running Windows Linux subsystem. This is not, those services are not running on Windows. I'm running Bash inside here because this is Linux, right? What was it? Shit, I remember. Yeah. So you can see this is Ubuntu 2004. All right, beautiful. Okay, beautiful. So we're good. Okay, great. And now as we change this, right? Never ending, never searching. Always seeking, always asking. Shit. Fuck him. Exactly. Well, no, technically, yeah, exactly. No, all good, all good. So this should actually be data dot cover image, right? Or this, yes, beautiful. Okay, all good, all good. And then, then. Yes, beautiful. Nice. Okay, so that's what we kind of wanted. Beautiful. Let me see if there are any questions. Thank you, everybody, for your follows. Appreciate it. Leo, my friend, sleep well. I wish you best, man. Thank you, dude. Thank you for pushing me to stream, man. I would have not streamed today otherwise. Have a good one, my friend. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Sleep well, be well. I wish you best, man. I'm not sure. What do you mean on that app? I'm not sure. What do you mean, Max? On what app? I'm running my Docker and stuff inside Ubuntu. That's just because it's easier to develop on Unix than it is on Windows. That's it. There's nothing to do with this app. Nothing to do with this app, right? What is separate? Okay, never mind. Interesting. Yeah, that's a bit awkward. Ah, I see. I see. I use it because generally development on Unix-based systems is just better experience overall, right? I use macOS for work, right? And I mainly use Windows here because this is my streaming machine. I use this computer and a lot of stuff doesn't work on Linux. This microphone doesn't have proper drivers, my lights, my camera. If all of that worked on Linux, then I would probably use Linux, right? Or Mac OS, right? If I had a Mac OS desktop, right? So overall, it's just easier to develop on Unix-based systems, right? At least this sort of stuff, right? That's pretty much it, right? And obviously, we are also using Docker Desktop here, right? But it's integrated with the Windows Linux subsystem, right? So if we go to the settings over here, right, you can see here that it says use the Windows Linux subsystem 2 based engine, right? So you can see that it's basically using the, right? Of course you can, yes. Yeah, so my Windows desktop is using Windows Linux subsystem, right? So you can see here. Exactly. Look, there's never benefits ever, and there never going to be ever benefits running two operating systems at once. So let's just be clear. If you don't need Windows for anything, then just run Linux, and vice versa. If you don't need Linux, just run Windows. I have, this computer is very expensive. It's a very good computer. It has fastest SSD on the planet, RTX 4070 Ti, 16 core CPU, DDR5, Gen 5 NVMe and stuff like that, right? So that's why here I don't care, right? You see my RAM runs on 5600 megahertz, right? So here I don't really care, right? But if you have a shitty computer, then running this setup is probably, right? You probably don't want to do this. You want to run either one or the other, right? Right. So right. Yeah, but it's using it in a clever way, right? It's using it to cache a lot of things and stuff, right? And it's using it because it can, right? But you can see that CPU is on 20%, 30%, right? GPU is on 30%, right? RTX 4070 Ti. So for this machine, it doesn't matter. I can run 10 operating systems, right? But if you have a computer that's not as good, right? Yeah, Chrome joined the chat. Exactly, exactly. There's nothing as inefficient as a web browser, right? 100%. Yeah, the stream is basically, yeah, handled by the GPU, yes. Pretty much, yes, yes. that's why I'm one of the few people here who streams in 1440p, and I record at the same time, right? So all of this is also recorded on my computer right now, right? And then I upload manually to YouTube, right? Ah, shit. Thank you very much, everybody, for your follows. I don't actually like that, but that's what it is. That's how it is, I guess. Give me 1 second. What the fuck happened there? Oh, we met. Okay. Never mind. Let me just test it. Cool. Okay. Let's see how we messed up the what happened here. No. Oh, wait a minute. Everybody's waiting for something to happen. Everyone's waiting for something to see. From big visitors. Everyone's waiting for news on TV. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, it's probably. Bam, 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 yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I get you. I get you, man. Yes. Something to happen. Everyone's waiting for something to see. Bigger disasters. Beautiful. Wait for the signs. They tell the truth. I see the signs of the end time. All right, so let's kind of see how did we. Okay, fuck, I messed up those animations as well. That's not good. So how come we messed up this stuff? Like, it doesn't seem to be actually doing what it's supposed to do, right? And actually, yeah, I don't think we're also handling the error here. So let's maybe do that. That's great. That's a good one, right? Yeah. Very interesting. Okay. That's a bit strange. Yeah, I think we get actually intercepted, right, by Fastify itself, right? Yeah, because there's a limit on the Fastify instance on how big of a file it can handle, right? So I think we get terminated somewhere way before, right? So let's actually go to my centralized error handler, right? And here we can, we can print this bad boy, right? And hit that upload again. Or again, do we actually even get there? No, so we get kind of intercepted somewhere, if I may. And if we go to, I guess, app, right? No, where was it? Where did I leave it? Yeah. Where do I instantiate Fastify? I guess was it main? Yeah, over here. Yeah. So I create the object, right? Blah blah blah. Yes. So here, this body limit is the problem, right? And I actually think that I open a issue on Fastify on that shit. Wait, GitHub Fastify. How can I say like labels? No, filters. Your issues, yeah, right? Closed. No, so no, not this one. Okay, so maybe Fastify multi-part. Maybe I did it there. Issues, filters, my issues. No, fuck. Where did I open it? Okay, so here, over here, I think. Wait, filter your issues. Shit. Yeah, no. I don't remember actually where I did it then. Never mind. Okay. But yeah, I wanted to actually ask, like, if there was a way to so if I increase this body limit, right, on the Fastify instance, then this should put the no, not shit. Okay. Okay, let's ask ChatGPT. Because is there a way to uh handle the Fastify's body limit error myself right now? Fastify seems to be in um, um, the Fastify seems to be terminating the response, returning 500 when the image that I'm trying to upload is too large. And due to this, I can't respond to the client with a user-friendly error, right? I mean, this is not terrible, right? But I have a feeling that I already did this. I was almost certain that I did it, right? So that kind of sucks ass, right? Didn't I like handle some 413 stuff somewhere? Let's take a look globally, right? Parse image, yeah, okay, maybe not, right? I don't fucking know, but let's then create this decorator here because it feels. Oh, what the hell am I doing? Okay, no, that's not what I wanted at all. Actually, that is what I wanted. Actually, yeah, that absolutely is. I think I just yeah, I see. All right, cool. So let's try to hit this from the front end again, right? To see at least if we're actually intercepting that now ourselves. Shit, we're not. Nope. So we only get one chance, can we take it? So we only get one life, can escape it. Yeah, no, that didn't work. Let's just do the same here, right? Like them. Let's say 5 megabytes, right? I actually don't genuinely know where is this happening. Yeah, that kind of sucks, man. Like, yeah, that fucking sucks. Because we're not really getting any response. It's super strange. I mean, how come? It doesn't matter. I mean, this is a file size issue, right? I mean, if I choose a different file, right, it's gonna work. Is it maybe? Wait. So that was JPEG. Shit, I disabled like a lot of stuff. Yeah, this one is gonna work, right? Or it should at least. What the fuck is happening? Yeah, well, actually, I disabled all the effects, so now I can't see shit. But yeah, either way, right? We shouldn't be getting so no. I don't actually care what is it. Like we need to fix this because we're getting the response that says nothing, right? There's no response. It just terminates. So the Fastify pretty much just terminates this, right? And thank you everybody for the follows and stuff. Yeah. So it's something's off, right? Something's off with that. Something Fastify is doing something that shouldn't be. Should we set up those things actually way sooner? What if we do this instead? Sequelize cannot. Yeah, I see. Okay, so what if we do it a bit earlier, right? Oops, didn't I like put it? I don't fucking know, man. Well, actually, yeah, I mean, we do hit this stuff, right? So that's at least good, right? The thing is, yeah, okay, that's not bad actually. So we for sure, so yeah, so we definitely fail. So let's actually take a look at this. So right, so I'm pretty sure we're gonna get in here, right? Yeah, we get in there. That's great. Then we have a file size limit, which is great, right? So, and then we get into the setup decorators, right? Was this thing that I implemented, parse image, right? Yeah. So in here, so I'm pretty sure that this fails, right? So I'm sure that if I actually print this, we're gonna get, and then we're gonna fail here, and that's okay, right? Let's try that again. Yeah, right. So that's good. We got to this point. But then we fail here, I'm sure. So if I print this, we're not going to see that print statement because this is going to explode, right? Actually, it didn't. Wow. Okay. So that's actually good as well. Okay, great. So is it this that we're failing at? Most likely. Let's see. No. Okay, we passed that point. Then let's see over here what's happening, right? Yeah, so here we're getting an error. Request. Okay, sure. So request file too large, and that's great. So why that's so why is it not instance of this is beyond me? Let's see, because it should be instance of this that I explicitly wrote this error handling myself. Yeah, okay, great. So we are in there. So why are we not? Ah, I see. Okay. So I do return this, right? So so yeah, so this guy here should be getting this error, no? Yeah, it is actually. So this is the error. If error image null error, what did it say? The file size exceeds the limit of not a number of kilobytes. Shit. Okay, that's clearly an issue. So we are passing the options: file size, avatar, upload size, 100. So yeah, so I don't know what, but it's fine, right? So we have two problems. One, we're not passing, it seems, the file size property limits. So we need to, so let's say, take a look at this. Handle image upload, we're passing this thing. All right, handle image upload. Third argument is the options, yes. Then we pass the options to parse image, right? Yes, which is this fella. Yeah, so that seems fine, right? Let's go just Fastify multi-part. Let's see, just right. What was it? File limit. What was it called? File size. File size. Yeah, here it is, right? So request.file await limits file size, right? That's correct, yeah, right? So rec.file limits. Can take it away. I know what I want. I'll say what I want. No one can take it away. Rec.file options, right? Yeah, so that's correct. Okay, so, but anyway, let's keep on going, right? Let's just fix this very quickly. So we actually get to here and we return. So at this point, we're going to actually return because this has failed, right? Come on, man. Jesus Christ. And then this error now is the actual error. This should be the error now, right? At this point. Let's hit that again. Yeah, upload cover. Yeah, exactly. So this is here now. We're at this point. This is the error. Ah, I see. So I think my send error decorator that doesn't like the way that I gave it this, right? So it takes the status code and the message, right? So if I actually just do this, Fastify, that's send error 500. Crap. Okay, so there's something wrong with this error message, right? It's undefined. What? Oh, okay, I see. Because the error here is the string. Shit. So that's why. Okay. Well, that was it, right? So anyway, now we should get the file size exceeds the limit of not a number of kilobytes. Okay. So now we're actually getting it back, and that's okay. Just we are, yeah. We should maybe, yeah. That's the only place where exception handling is useful, right? But I hate it. But it's useful. In this case, it would be useful because if we just thrown an exception, we could have decided where to catch that exception. Now we are kind of bubbling up that error manually, right? From each of the function calls, right? Okay. Parse image. I'll just manually hard code this thing in here. So now it works. So that was a bug, it seems. Yeah. So what the hell, man? So why did it not like those options? File size exceeds the limit. Ah, never mind, never mind. Wait a minute. I think I know. Well, at least this thing, right? So it's okay, right? So that's great. So we just, yeah. So that's actually fine. So this is actually fine, right? Now if I go, yeah, over here, right? I only know the place I've been. Dreams they come and go as shall be so. Nothing's real until you feel. Okay, so that's it. Got it. Got it. All right, good, good. That's good. We got it right. Anyway, the problem was, and that's what we'll want to do. We'll need to make sure to obviously, like in all other places, just show the proper error in the UI, right? And that's not what we're doing now, right? So this should fail now. Should get an actual error. The file seed exceeds limit of 2000 kilobytes. Okay. Okay, because I'll have to round up. My wife is back from work and I want to see her. I'm just gonna go actually and just we do this for tomorrow, right? For tomorrow's stream. So we're gonna say meetups. Um Show the cover image file size exceeded error and any other error that can occur during upload. Wait a minute. In the file exceeded error, also include the size of the image that user actually tried uploading. Additionally, try limiting the image size in the front end already, so we don't hit the API. What else do we have? Yeah. Show upload cover when user is editing the meetup. Crop image doesn't seem to be cropping the image properly. So those are all the bugs that we're writing down that we still have to fix. Yeah, I think that's it for now, probably. Let's save that. Update comment. All right. Well, as I always do, before I leave, I'll ask, as I always ask, is there any questions that somebody wants to ask before I head off? If there's any questions, now is the time. If not, I'll head off. And yeah, I'm here most likely tomorrow evening. Keep an eye on Discord in case something changes, but I think I will be streaming tomorrow evening most likely. So G Bounty, thank you, my friend. Thank you. I haven't seen you in a couple of days. Thank you for coming by. Always incredibly happy when you're here. Yeah, there seems to be a question. Let's get that one, and then let's see if there's more, and then we'll head off. Pop out the chat. Fireball, likewise, man. Thank you everybody for coming every night almost. And yeah, again, if there's questions now, if anyone needs some help or an opinion or whatever, yeah, let's just ask. Feel free to ask. Using over Next.js in short. Well, I mean, Next.js is Node.js, right? It's Node.js rendering React in the server. So I'm not sure what do you mean. Next.js is literally Node.js. That's server-side rendering React. So it's something that WordPress has done for 30 years, right? I use Postman from VS Code to send HTTP request. I don't use it for testing. If you literally mean using the Postman's feature, the testing feature, no, because you can write the actual tests in Postman as well. And when it comes to Next.js, that's a monolithic type approach of building applications. I'm not taking that approach. I'm building microservices and things are decoupled from each other. And I'm also not using server-side rendering, so it's vastly different, right? It's vastly different. Yeah. Postman as a tool, yes, Postman can send HTTP requests. You don't need a tool for that. You can use curl, you can use whatever. But Postman comes with a lot of features. In Postman, obviously, first and foremost, you can define your whole API and you can, it's synced in the cloud. So if you want to share it with your other teammates, you can do that. But there are many things that Postman can do today as a tool, and it's not just sending requests. Because if you're just using Postman to send requests, then you can just as well, I advise you to use something more lightweight like Thunder Client or Insomnia Client or curl just from your terminal, right? Yeah, but when it comes to Next.js, again, there's no such thing as Next.js. There's no programming language called Next.js. Is just the name of the framework that incorporates server-side rendering with React and Node.js, right? So there's no Next.js is nothing new. It takes React and it renders it again like PHP has been doing and C# and Visual Basic for 30 years, right? Yeah. A lot of new developers think that's rocket science. Oh my God, sir, how can you run? Most of the internet, first 20 years of its existence, has been server-side rendered. Just FYI. So, yeah. So yeah, Next.js is doing nothing really new. It just incorporates few optimizations and tries to pack them together, right? And that's good. I'm not saying it's bad, but don't forget it's a monolithic app. So I don't know who uses them at scale and stuff like that. So honestly, just the main reason why I would want Next.js is SEO, right? So single page apps still kind of suck. So the only reason why I would use, let's say, Next.js with Programmer Network, the only thing that would benefit me is the SEO, right? Because you get plain HTML pages back to the client, right? But yeah, I mean, it's right. So yeah, it complicates things, right? Having decoupled things always makes things easier. Having a strict API that your client calls, it makes things easier in some way, but yeah, majority of backend languages since more or less day one have been server-side rendering things, PHP and Java and whatnot. So right. All right, fellas. Well, if there's no more questions, I would like to say bye for now. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. And what can I say? We see each other tomorrow again. And you too, Savko, you too. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Shaddems, I'll see you tomorrow, buddy. Have a good one. Peace out. Cheers. Bye-bye. Bye.